There comes a moment in every human life when we begin to wonder where we stand in the heart of another, not in words spoken for the world to hear, not in promises made in moments of emotion, but in the quiet places where truth lives. It is in those silent moments that the greatest answers are revealed. When someone carries you in their thoughts, it is not announced, it is felt. It is felt in the way time makes room for you, in the way your absence is noticed, and in the way your presence brings calm rather than confusion. To be on someone's mind is not about possession, nor is it about control. It is about recognition. It means your existence has meaning beyond convenience. It means that even when life pulls in different directions, your name does not fade from their consciousness. This is not coincidence. This is intention. And intention is one of the strongest forces known to the human spirit. We live in a world where words are easily spoken, yet thoughts are carefully chosen. Anyone can speak affection, but only the sincere allow another to live in their mind with dignity and respect. When you are truly remembered, you are not reduced to a moment, you become a responsibility. Your hopes, your struggles, and your growth matter. That is when you know your place is not temporary. Great leaders have taught us that the deepest connections are built not through force, but through understanding. In the same way, genuine affection is revealed through patience, consistency, and quiet strength. When someone thinks of you during their victories and their trials, when your well-being becomes part of their reflection, it means you have touched something real within them. So listen carefully to what life is showing you, not just what people are saying. Because when you are truly on someone's mind, it is not uncertain, it is steady, it is respectful, and it is powerful. True presence is not proven by loud declarations or repeated assurances. It is revealed in the quiet discipline of thought, in the steady remembrance that does not fade when circumstances become difficult. When someone truly carries you in their mind, they do not need to announce it to the world, because their actions speak with greater honesty than words ever could. Consistency becomes their language, and care becomes their signature. In life, many people pass through our days offering attention that is brief and conditional, but there are rare individuals whose thoughts return to you even when you are not visible, even when there is no benefit to be gained. This is not accident, and it is not habit, it is choice. To think of another person consistently is to grant them a place of dignity within one's inner world. It means that your existence has crossed beyond convenience and entered the realm of value. Silence often confuses us. We mistake quietness for absence and restraint for indifference. Yet history teaches us that the strongest commitments are often the most silent. A mind that truly remembers does not need constant contact to remain loyal. It remembers in moments of pause, in times of struggle, and in decisions made when no one is watching. This is how true presence reveals itself, not through noise but through permanence. Care is another sign of this presence. Care is seen when your well-being matters even from a distance, when your growth is respected, and when your journey is honored without interference. To carry someone in thought is to wish for their strength, not their dependence. It is to hope for their success, even when it means standing aside. Such care is not selfish. It is deeply human and profoundly liberating. Remembrance, too, is a powerful act. To remember someone consistently is to resist the erasing force of time and distraction. It means that even as life demands attention elsewhere, your significance remains intact. This kind of remembrance does not cling, and it does not demand. It simply endures. And endurance, more than intensity, is the true measure of sincerity. We must learn to recognize these signs, not only in others, but within ourselves. Ask not how loudly someone speaks your name, but how steadily they hold your place. Ask not how often they appear, but how deeply they remain. In a world eager for instant affirmation, it takes wisdom to value quiet consistency over dramatic expression. Let us also strive to live this truth. To be present in another's life through thoughtful consistency is an act of integrity. It is a commitment to honor others even when it is unseen. Such presence builds trust, nurtures respect, and creates bonds that withstand time and hardship. When someone truly carries you in their mind, you do not need to wonder. You will feel it in the steadiness, the patience, and the quiet strength of their regard. And that, above all else, is real presence. Love, when it is real, does not compete for attention through grand speeches or dramatic promises. It moves quietly, with purpose and dignity. It reveals itself not in what is said at the height of emotion, but in what is done when no one is watching. History has shown us that words can inspire, but it is action that transforms lives. In the same way, genuine connection is not proven by repeated declarations, but by consistent behavior rooted in respect. Many can speak affection with ease, yet few are willing to live it with discipline. To truly hold someone in your mind is to act with consideration even when it requires effort or sacrifice. It is remembering their struggles when they are not present, protecting their dignity in their absence, and honoring their worth without expecting applause. This is not weakness, it is strength guided by conscience. Small acts often carry the greatest meaning. A moment of patience when impatience would be easier. A gesture of care when silence would be more convenient. A choice to listen, to understand, and to support without being asked. These acts may appear ordinary, but they are powerful. They say, without words, you matter. And when someone matters to us, our actions naturally align with that truth. We must also understand that love rooted in action respects freedom. It does not demand control or constant reassurance. It allows space for growth and trusts in shared values rather than constant presence. This kind of love does not imprison. It empowers. It recognizes that to truly care for another is to wish for their strength, not their dependence. In times of difficulty, words often fail. Promises become fragile and emotions fluctuate. But action remains steady. It shows up in consistency, in reliability, and in the quiet refusal to abandon what is right. When someone stands by you through challenge, supports your journey, and remains mindful of your well-being even from afar, they are revealing the depth of their regard more clearly than any speech ever could. We live in an age where expression is easy and attention is fleeting. Social words are plentiful, yet meaningful action is rare. That is why we must learn to look beyond what is spoken and observe what is lived. Not how loudly someone claims to care, but how carefully they treat your time, your dreams, and your humanity. Let us also hold ourselves to this standard. Let us choose to live our values, not merely declare them. Let us show our care through integrity, our respect through patience, and our affection through actions that uplift rather than impress. In doing so, we become people whose presence brings peace rather than uncertainty. For in the end, love that is lived leaves no confusion. It does not shout, it stands firm. It does not promise endlessly. It proves quietly. And when love reveals itself through action, it becomes undeniable, enduring, and deeply human. Distance has always tested the strength of human connection. Yet history teaches us that what is truly rooted in the heart cannot be erased by miles, silence, or time. Physical separation may change routines, but it does not have the power to remove someone from a thoughtful mind. When a person truly values you, their concern does not disappear when you are no longer within reach. It adapts, it endures, it finds new ways to remain present. A thoughtful heart understands that connection is not limited by geography. It knows that love, respect, and care are not confined to shared spaces, but live within intention. Even when circumstances create separation, a mind that truly holds you continues to reflect on your well-being, your struggles, and your growth. It remembers not because it must, but because it chooses to. And choice is the strongest bond of all. Many mistake distance for disinterest, yet this is often a misunderstanding born of fear. Silence does not always mean absence. Sometimes it means strength, the strength to trust, to wait, and to believe that what is meaningful does not require constant proof. A thoughtful heart does not vanish when the road becomes long. It walks with you in spirit, even when it cannot walk beside you in person. True connection reveals itself in subtle ways. It appears in a message sent at the right moment, in a concern expressed without being prompted, in the patience shown when time is scarce. These gestures may seem small, but they carry great weight. They say, even here, even now, you are not forgotten. And to not be forgotten is one of the deepest human needs. History's greatest struggles have taught us that separation can never defeat purpose. Families have endured years apart, nations have survived division, and leaders have remained connected to their people, even from behind prison walls. These stories remind us that distance does not weaken what is built on sincerity. On the contrary, it often reveals its true strength. A thoughtful heart also respects boundaries. It does not demand constant reassurance, nor does it impose guilt. It understands that life's circumstances are sometimes unavoidable, and it responds not with pressure, but with patience. Such patience is not passive, it is powerful. It is rooted in confidence that what is real does not fade simply because it is tested. We must learn to recognize this kind of connection and value it. Not every relationship will survive distance, and not every bond is meant to. But those grounded in mutual respect and genuine care often grow stronger through separation. They learn resilience, they learn trust, and they learn that presence is not always physical. It can be emotional, intellectual, and deeply spiritual. Let us also strive to be people whose hearts are not limited by circumstance. Let us remain thoughtful even when it is difficult, present even when it is inconvenient, and loyal even when it is unseen. Because when distance cannot erase a thoughtful heart, it proves that what exists is not temporary, not shallow, but enduring. And that endurance, more than proximity, is the truest measure of connection. Respect is the purest expression of affection, because it recognizes the humanity of another person before any desire to possess or control them. When someone truly carries you in their mind, they do not seek to diminish you in order to feel powerful. Instead, they seek to elevate you, knowing that love which weakens another is not love at all. It is fear disguised as attachment. To respect someone is to honor their dignity even when emotions run high. It means listening without the need to dominate, understanding without the urge to correct, and standing beside rather than standing above. A respectful heart does not ask, "How can I keep you?" but rather, "How can I support who you are becoming?" This is the mark of a mature and thoughtful connection. History teaches us that oppression begins when respect is removed. In the same way, affection loses its meaning the moment control replaces care. When someone truly thinks of you, they do not attempt to cage your dreams or silence your voice. They recognize that your dreams are sacred, even if they are different from their own. They understand that your struggles deserve compassion, not judgment, and patience, not pressure. Respect is revealed in how someone speaks about you when you are not present. It is revealed in their refusal to reduce you to rumors, convenience, or temporary emotion. A respectful person protects your name, your boundaries, and your sense of self because they understand that love without respect is fragile and short-lived. Respect gives love its spine. There's great strength in allowing another person to be free. It takes confidence to trust rather than control, and courage to support rather than manipulate. When someone truly values you, they do not fear your independence, they celebrate it. They know that two strong individuals walking together create a far greater bond than one strong and one diminished. We must also recognize respect in moments of disagreement. True affection does not vanish when opinions differ. It remains calm, seeks understanding, and refuses to humiliate. Respect does not require agreement, but it does require empathy. It says, I see you, even when I do not fully understand you. That recognition alone can preserve a connection through the hardest moments. In our lives, we should learn to measure affection not by intensity, but by integrity, not by how passionately someone claims us, but by how carefully they treat our emotions, our time, and our future. Loud affection may impress for a moment, but respectful affection sustains for a lifetime. Let us also strive to live this principle ourselves. Let us become people whose care uplifts rather than confines, whose love strengthens rather than weakens. When we respect others, we affirm their worth and our own humanity at the same time. For when respect leads affection, love becomes liberating, enduring, and deeply human. And that is the kind of connection that truly proves you are held, not only in someone's heart, but in their mind and conscience as well. Patience is often misunderstood in a world that demands instant answers and immediate results. Yet patience is not delay, nor is it weakness. It is a quiet strength that reveals the depth of a person's character and the sincerity of their connection. When someone truly holds you in their thoughts, they do not rush you, pressure you, or force moments before their time. They understand that what is meaningful grows at its own pace. A patient heart recognizes timing as wisdom. It knows that every person carries their own history, wounds, and hopes, and that these cannot be hurried without harm. To wait with understanding is to say, without words, I respect your journey. This kind of patience does not arise from convenience. It arises from care. It is the patience of someone who values the future more than the satisfaction of the present moment. History reminds us that all enduring victories required patience. Freedom was not achieved in a single day, nor was justice secured without long endurance. In the same way, deep human connection is not built through urgency, but through steady commitment. A mind that truly thinks of you is willing to wait, not because it is uncertain, but because it is confident. It trusts that what is real does not need to be rushed to prove itself. Patience also allows growth. When someone gives you space to become stronger, wiser, and more whole, they are showing profound regard. They do not fear your development or your independence. Instead, they understand that growth enriches connection rather than threatens it. A patient heart does not cling, it supports, it does not demand constant proof, it believes. There is great faith in patience, faith that silence does not mean loss, faith that distance does not mean forgetting, faith that time, rather than eroding what is real, can refine it. This faith is not blind, it is rooted in understanding. It knows that genuine bonds withstand testing, and that pressure often breaks what patience would preserve. Patience is also revealed in restraint. It is choosing calm over reaction, understanding over accusation, and listening over speaking. When someone responds with patience, even in moments of uncertainty, they are demonstrating that your place in their mind is not temporary or fragile. It is secure enough to endure discomfort without collapsing. We must learn to value this quality, for impatience often disguises insecurity. It seeks control because it lacks trust. Patience, on the other hand, flows from inner strength. It does not rush outcomes because it believes in purpose. It does not force timelines because it honors reality. Let us also learn to practice patience ourselves. Let us give others the time we hope to be given. Let us allow connections to mature rather than pushing them to perform. In doing so, we create space for authenticity, respect, and lasting meaning. When someone waits with understanding, supports your growth, and trusts the process without fear, you can be certain of one thing: you are not just passing through their thoughts, you are held there with intention, with faith, and with patience. And that patience is the language of a deep and enduring connection.